That was, and still is actually, definitely a one-of-a-kind adventure. Now we're stuck here, kind of in the middle of the thunderstorm. This, guys, is a very empty car, but it's not going to be empty for long as usual, because we just came back from the Defi Wind literally yesterday. So we've been hectically unpacking the whole car and we're just getting ready for the next trip, which is a very special one, somewhere we haven't been before, and we want to take you guys along. We got to pack things up and then head off to the airport and fly over to the other side of the Mediterranean Sea. Foil board packed, foil packed, foil sails packed, everything ready to go. Let's load it into the car and off we go. Smells like summer. Perfect time for a little road trip. Going to the airport right now, and didn't actually tell you yet where we're going. We are heading to Malta, which is an island in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, and we're going to discover what windsurfing on Malta is about. We're going there for a little race, and when I say little, I mean a really long one, from Malta to Sicily, Italy, 100 kilometers. Now all we gotta do is clean the windshield, because as mentioned before, we just came back from Defi and we drove through the night. I'm still a bit, I would say, rather unwell from that drive. But yeah, Lars didn't clean the window. What can I say? See you in 10 seconds. I feel like Lars and I got so efficient with this by now, with the airport. Bam, bam, bam. Ready. People always ask which airline we fly or how we fly in general. So this time we flew with Ryanair, but generally cannot recommend, because they only allow 20 kilograms per each bag, which made it relatively light for us, but we couldn't bring so much gear. On the other hand, they didn't weigh any of the bags, so that's good. Ryanair is quite lenient, I would say, but the official policies are not so good with Ryanair. But we made it, and the gear made it, once again. Freaking warm, huh?
It's really hot. It's getting into summer mode now.
Yeah. You guys are on the other side. Why? Because
we
Malta
were
is
ruled by
UK?
England.
Okay.
We were a colony of England in the past.
So what's the official language here?
We speak both English and Maltese.
Okay.
And basically Maltese is like a mix between like French, Arabic, Italian, English, and it's just a mix.
Yeah. Good morning. Just packing up the car. Arrived on Malta yesterday, and you know, forecast is looking a bit tricky for the next days. So therefore, it is windy today, and we got to make use of the wind. The car is packed. They left us this beautiful car. I mean, look at this. This is not a house key. This is the car key. 1996, I think, Mitsubishi, 4-wheel drive. Pretty solid. I mean, just the fact that it's still in one piece. There's gonna be a few tricky things because people here drive on the left side of the road, so I gotta get used to that. And then also, stick shift on the left side. A little bit of wiggle room here and there. I think it's gonna be an exciting adventure around the island. We're gonna tour around a little bit, hopefully find a good windsurfing spot before the real adventure across the Mediterranean Sea starts in the coming days. Where are we going, by the way?
I have no idea. We should look on the map.
Maybe we should look up on the map, or maybe we should just go and see where we end up. That's a narrow freaking road right next to the water here. You want to jump out to get this from the outside?
Let's get freaky after dark, it's time to play. It's time to play. It's time to play.
I feel like I'm from Louisiana, driving this car since 20 years. Howdy, partner.
Wir sind nicht in Texas.
Ja, aber irgendwie ist es so ein, fühlt sich an wie so ein uralter Ford.
Ein uralter Ford ist einfach automatisch Texas.
Irgendwie ja. Wow. This island keeps surprising me. They took us out into the old town yesterday, massive buildings, didn't expect anything. And now this, beautiful clear water, some waves, some surfers out there. So behind me we have the channel between the two islands. We've got Gozo on the left side and then Malta on the right side. The wind is really, you can really see how it accelerates because we have high cliffs, so it channels right between the two islands and it's getting really strong, and you can see some nice waves out there as well. As far as parking goes, I don't think it gets much closer to the spot than this. Hey Carl. Okay, we just parked at the Melilla Bay. Okay, so you're going from the club and sailing here. Bob will do the same. All right, see you in a bit. That's actually a nice spot. So this was Carl on the phone right now, and Carl is basically our guide here. And he's gonna sail around, so he's gonna come here windsurfing from the club. It's not that far apparently, so he's gonna join us for a session.
Lost track of the forest through the trees, forgot what I was chasing. Spent so many nights living out at sea that my heart is gone vacant. And everybody who was close to me all stayed on dry land. Now I'm driving back on Interstate West, I just gotta feel something. Not gonna wait till the morning, because something's gonna change my mind. I don't wanna change my mind. Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power, enemies to friends and your minutes into hours. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life, for the good life. best friend, an apologetic text. He says to come over. Well, the whole damn town has been waiting for the day when you would come back here. There was dancing and talking and steaks on the grill, and I think that I will be alright. And my ex from high school still looks just the same as she did back in 2009. Not gonna wait till the morning. Let's never put the night on ice. Never put the night on ice. Oh, I wanna sit right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power, enemies to friends, and your minutes into hours. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life, for the good life. And they all said I was crazy for leaving my money, but it never made me happy alone. Life is just too short to never do what you want to. What do you want to do? Oh, I wanna sit right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power, enemies to friends, and your minutes into hours. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life, for the good life.
It's a really fun spot, I gotta say. 7.7, it's a little bit on the big side most of the times. A little bit gusty as well. But I saw a few guys on the fins just before we arrived, and they were having a blast on, I think, 7-meter sails. It's pretty much the only place you can launch here, or one of the only ones. There are not so many places to launch easily, but this is fairly easy launch. It's rocky, but there's grass on the rocks, so it's not that bad to launch. That was, and still is actually, definitely a one-of-a-kind adventure with this car across the island of Malta. Now that we saw the island, it's time to see a little bit more of what's happening out at sea. So I hope we're gonna have a good crossing over to Sicily coming days. Let's get ready.
You got used to the car by now?
We're friends now.
Your friends?
Yeah. It's kind of stylish, huh? Handbrake. Bit of rain this morning. Not looking so great, not looking windy, and might not even pick up to be enough today. So we'll get a call in about 2 minutes to know if we cross today or tomorrow. Not looking promising for today. This is the boat, and this is our skipper. We race as a team.
Of course.
Because I cannot leave the boat. So if you go too slow, I have to slow down. Boat has a top speed of 55 knots, so probably I will go too slow for him.
No.
So this is the storage where we're storing our gear and preparing everything. This right here is Malta Young Sailors Club, and they want to get more people over here to train here. Some IQ foil racers and racers in general, to use it as a training hub. The Gilero Harbor Hotel is connected. There's a super nice gym connected over there. So quite nice setup, and we gotta give a big shout out to the Malta Young Sailors Club for getting us over here and setting us up well. Placing us in the hotel, making sure we can go to the gym. They had a super nice dinner for us the other night. So there's quite some stuff going on here. If you're keen to come over here, be sure to check it out, and I'll leave the link down below. You can contact them. And now it's time to get the last sails ready. So we are prepped, and hopefully we'll get some wind for the race.
So from the wind part, what we are deciding basically is today no racing. Tomorrow it's possible to race. Rain part, or let's maybe skip to the thunderstorm part, is the wiring one. Let's just look at tomorrow, since we've written the day off. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, we're fine. Tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, we'll have an issue. Between 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock, it's passing right over our race route. If we go to the afternoon, 1 o'clock, it's right across the race course and it's approaching the Malta side.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty shitty situation because we have a massive thunderstorm system passing through. We don't actually know if we can do the crossing at all because there's a huge thunderstorm passing through, exactly through the channel, exactly the time of the day that we need to do the race. Might do a substitute race around the island, which is also 100 kilometers, just like the crossing, but of course we came for the crossing, so a little bit disappointing. So we're going to do some scouting, so we're going to take the boat around the island to see where are some critical points for the rounding, and learn a bit more about the place. We make use of the day without wind to drive a bit around the coast to learn how the island looks like and to maybe gain some advantages here and there by knowing where we're going tomorrow. Alright, so we just came around the second island, which is Gozo, on the north side of Malta, and there are huge cliffs, so that's definitely something we're gonna have to watch out for. It's marvelous, looks absolutely beautiful, but it's gonna be sketchy with the wind, because on this side the wind is gonna be offshore. We can't really go close to them. It's gonna be gusty, shifty, maybe a bit light on that side, so we're gonna have to stay quite far outside, but man, it looks so beautiful. And you've been around this island for a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, multiple times.
And it's going to be tricky tomorrow, what do you think?
Yeah, you're going to expect a lot of bullet gusts, we call them. They come out of nowhere, they just slam you. Yeah.
Like really strong gusts?
Yeah, it can go easier plus 10 knots in a gust bump. And you wouldn't expect it because you can't really see it.
So we're going to have a big range of wind tomorrow?
Yeah, I expect. From 10, I expect 20, 25.
Yeah. So this side of the island is a bit more the landscape, rural area?
Yeah, definitely. This is the cultural side of the island.
And the other side, full-on city, party?
Yeah, you have the party area on the south side, on the east side of the island. As you come slowly further north, then it gets a bit more rural.
Now the only question is, are we going around the island tomorrow or are we going to go over to Sicily?
See you tomorrow, eh?
Tomorrow.
Have to wait and see.
Today is the day. It has to happen today. The last day for our race, our possible crossing. And I tell you what, it's not looking great. We have a massive thunderstorm system approaching Malta and passing right over us in the middle of the day. You can kind of see it over here on the map. You see this big blue line and it's just passing right over, and yeah, we kind of have to wait for the race committee to make a decision on what we'll do, because I think if we start before, it's going we're going right into it. Maybe there's time to start it afterwards, but it's up to them. But yeah, it's going to be very tricky today.
Plan for today is we've decided to do Ramont and Gozo and not the crossing. It's basically unsafe to do a crossing. The basic decision is, as soon as we have 10 to 12 knots out there, we're looking at starting. We will take a real live look at the weather then, once we have the 10 to 12 knots, and decide upon a start time, depending on where all this lightning is.
wind is extremely light, and yeah, we kind of expected a reaching course to the other island, so we're on the slalom gear. Well, I am. We have some IQ foilers who are much better set up for this kind of course, up and downwind. And basically I've completely my slalom set up and a very big front wing, and that front wing is wider than my board is wide, and that makes it extremely difficult to control, but I need that big front wing, so because the wind is so light and we're going up and downwind, so I need the power from the wing, but it makes it very hard to control. So it's not looking great, but we'll make the best of it. Let's hope for some more wind. So not long into the race, we kind of got stuck out here in a massive wind hole. Not much wind left, made our way upwind. It's actually quite a fun race until then, despite the small gear, but now we're stuck here, kind of in the middle of the thunderstorm, it feels like. We're hearing some thunder already. Maybe we wait a little bit for the wind to pick up, but otherwise I might de-rig. In case the thunderstorm is coming closer, I might want to call it a day for safety reasons. But anyway, right now, maybe 5 knots, not getting out of here really. The thunderstorm is sucking the wind. Having a lot of lightnings around us already, so that's it for me. It's not officially called off yet, but I think it's inevitable, so I'm expecting it shortly. I was the first one to de-rig, I guess, because I was like, okay, that's gonna be it anyways. And this is it, guys, from our time here in Malta. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave us a like under the video. Let us know in the comments if this is a place you would visit. We're heading home, off to the next adventure, and I would say I see you guys in the next video. And before you switch off, we want to inspire you guys to get on the water, and therefore we're giving away my Defi Wind Lycra shirt. It has my name and a number on the back, and one of you guys can win it. Just leave us a comment down below. We'll pick a random winner and announce it in my WhatsApp channel. Good luck.